Hello, buddy. Welcome to a video. Today is the 28th of December. It's a Sunday. It is the last Sunday before the end of 2025, the end of the year I am 25. Um, I made an article around yesterday, last night. Last evening. Ready to actually make that into a video format, but there was some emotional things going on at the moment that prevented me from doing that, and I'm in this dilemma where I'm trying to do something but I end up not really doing what I want to do, simply because I'm escaping, and this escapism is really strong as of late, even though I'm not having anything right now. I'm not in school, I'm not working, I'm just stuck at home and living my worst life in a sense. But that doesn't mean I keep on trying to improve. But yet again, here we are, making another video that is practically not high quality. That's practically really just raw me talking about struggling to do things but not doing, because and the fact that I'm trying to build this brand or this kind of identity of someone talking about just doing it anyway rather than thinking about it or stressing it out, to surpass this overthinking or this over perfectionism kind of like way of doing things and just do it imperfectly in the sense. And yet again, I'm struggling to even do that myself. And that's how the imposter syndrome attacks. And I feel really kind of like bad. I feel bad about myself about it, and then but I kind of like figured out, you know what, I just have to keep doing. I have to keep growing. I have to keep improving my daily habits. Just keep on moving, and then I kind of like reach a point that I'm asking myself, until when? I had a lot of dreams of the end of this year because I want to kind of like end my year with a bang, but I'm still kind of like fighting a lot of demons in my life right now, and despite my struggles trying to kind of like really make something worth it, I end up not doing anything at all. So yeah, it's tough. And so the main reason I want to make this video is this is my wrap up of the year, and this is a wrap up of me understanding myself by the end of being 25 years old, because I would actually, next month 28 is my birthday, so I only have 1 month left before my journey of being 25 really ends. And I know that there's a lot of content out there saying this age is just a number. Numbers are meaningless. Early, and you can also put this concept on, New Year's are useless. It's just another day and it's just another year, and they just have to keep moving. But there is a certain a beauty in the aspect of starting afresh, starting new, and building, because this gives you a fresh heart, a fresh start, and kind of like it becomes one reason to just do it rather than feeling afraid to start. So for me, I realized that as a person who has a lot of kind of like knowledge about all of this productivity and project management, time management, financial management, anything management you can stick on, I know, I understand everything. I write articles about it. I'm starting to make videos about it, and yet I am one of those suckers who just make shit that doesn't really apply to myself. And what does work for me, I don't know. And until today, I don't really know. So when it comes to the ending this year and starting next year, I realized that one of the most important things that I really want to do is accept the fact that, you know this is a fucking journey. And despite me looping in the beginning of this journey again and again and again and not really improving in any aspect, I've kind of like hoped that, 15-year-old me hoped that I would be something by 25. And look at me, I'm out. I finished medical school. Sure, was it a kind of like a decision I made? Not really, but I went through it anyway. Did I achieve anything in music? Maybe I'm a bit better at making music, but am I? And how about writing articles? Am I getting good at it? Am I really famous for it? No, I'm just a shitty kind of like half-ass writer still. Am I good at making videos? Maybe, but am I really making videos? Not really. So, it's just this whole thing of, in the end of the day, I'm just a guy kind of like just promising a lot of things but really not doing anything, and kind of frustrates me a lot. I know how to do a lot of things, but when it comes to doing those things, the resistance is just so much, because in the end of the day, I'm doing all of this by myself, for myself, and there is not really much external pressure to it. And that got me realizing how difficult it was for me to start making music like a decade ago. It made me realize how difficult it was for me to kind of like start things up, because 5 years, the past 5 years, entering med school, I kind of like stopped making content, and honestly, it just stopped because I only made one song a year. Maybe I had a kind of like a fun like video cinematic project with my friends, and that was also like once a year. So that got me thinking of why am I like this? Why after years and years, at the start of a year or at the end of a year, I sit down and look at my life and I'm thinking, what have I ever achieved? What have I ever kind of done with my life? And now I'm 25 years old, probably a kid to those who are 40 out there, 30s out there, and I'm adult pretty much for those younger than me. But for me, I don't feel any different from the me 10 years ago. I'm still struggling with proving myself to myself, because I'm proving to myself, and at this point I realize that I'm proving to myself that I am still me. I'm still the same guy, struggling with the same shit, maybe with a better brain for medicine, but I'm still me. And despite, if you want to kind of like start a new life with systems or whatever crap, none of it is going to work. That's for sure. None of it is going to work. You just need everything, all of the above, frankly. You need the motivation, you need the system, you need the resources to succeed. But if having any of that and you still suck, then that's pretty much a you problem going on there. And I'm struggling with a me problem right now. So I'm just like 8 minutes in, 9 minutes in already, and I'm not really arriving to a point, am I? Well, that's the whole point. I just literally sat down and recorded. I didn't have a plan. I just really want to just sit down and talk about what I'm thinking right now. I let a lot of external shit kind of attack me, and now at this point I feel like I'm really swept away at this point with everything that's going on, because yeah, I just haven't achieved anything. I've achieved nothing. Am I depressed? Not really. It's just a realization and just admitting the fact, that I'm not doing anything with my life compared to when I see other people kind of like living their life. I'm not really resting, I'm not really achieving anything, I'm in the between of everything, and it sucks. It sucks knowing you're not here or you're not even there. That's a cool title to consider. Maybe that would be my title. So yeah, to end this video, this is just really a rant video. I just didn't want to let this out. I'll probably make another video later to be more constructive, but this is the first video. I didn't even prep. I didn't even this is the first take, and I'm just babbling all the way. So good job, Daniel, for admitting that you suck officially. Despite dreams, despite efforts, I'm still here. The only thing I would say that I should do right now is just stop building around a problem, instead actually fix the fucking problem. And the problem is that I am malingering, pretty much. Malingering is a cool word, you can check it up. What does it mean in the medical field? But yeah, I'm practically malingering. You can build so much systems, you can build so much productivity, you can use so much tools out there, but when you're not really productive mentally, you're not productive at all. You're not really doing anything with the system, making things work, building, going forward with your projects, going forward with what you want to achieve. Then a productivity tool or system, you want to call whatever system is like the big thing of 2025, is meaningless, frankly. And I'm the proof of that whole thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this rant. I really needed to make this video to kind of like move. At the end of the day, these minimum viable products or minimum viable activities of sitting down and recording myself is required for me to kind of like feel like I've done something, even though after this I'll still feel totally like shit. But yeah, it's pretty much for me in this video. And this background sucks, I know. This is the kitchen. That's pretty much it. Bye bye.